Alright guys, we're back again. Gonna continue on my journey. I haven't really decided where I'm going yet. Just logged in at this little water world that I left the last episode at. Right, let's have a look to see where we're gonna go then. Now, I was heading in the direction... I was heading in the direction of the Eagle Nebula. So I'm gonna type that in. Don't forget to put it onto fastest routes again. Right, now we have a direction to go in. I'm gonna head down a bit more because I'm still in places where people are scanning these. I can barely believe that. What's this? Another hip. It's a large G-giant. How far away is it? 73 light years, might as well go there. Be nice if you could actually put waypoints. but let's not ask them to do too much more to the galaxy map, eh? Right, so this yellow giant we're heading towards. I haven't logged in for a couple of days. There's been a patch that may be messing things up apparently, so we'll soon figure that one out.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Now I also set bind for the galaxy map and the system map. Let's see. System map down maybe? Nope, that wasn't it. That way. There we go. Alright, I won't be paying that a visit. What the hell? Thought I was flying into a black hole there. How dark was that? It's spinning pretty fast as well, isn't it? 0.61 light seconds away. Let's have a look. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Tiny. That's absolutely tiny. I wonder what the record is for these. On the forum they've got a galactic records thing where people can, you know, send in screenshots or something of these. Maybe check this one out because this has got to be one of the smallest class Y dwarfs I've seen. This is why it's spinning so fast, yeah? 0.61 light seconds away. I haven't actually scanned the system for any more objects, but I'll be surprised. And I am surprised. And I'm still going into the galaxy map. Right, I'm not surprised to see that they're all these purple, kind of pinky purple colour, which says, yeah, they're all frozen. Now we're about to jump into a yellow giant. Yeah. Looks like a pretty big one. 9 times the sun. The stars are getting a little bit sparser down here. Is sparser a word? I think it is, yeah. What's this? 3K's in an M. It's pretty close by, so it's worth a jump over to. Now when you see something like 4 stars, you do sort of expect it to be a double-double, yeah? So you'd expect the 2K's to be orbiting each other, and a K and an M to be orbiting each other a bit further out, probably. Right, the little one in the background, pretty close by. That's what we've got. We've got a double-double. Yeah, they're all very close by. Now this is going to look pretty nice if we can get a decent shot of this one. Because quite often with these double-doubles, they're a little bit further out, the second pair.
Fuel scooping complete.
Now, if I'm going to take a screenshot here, I want to make sure that I'm not getting... I'm not boiling up. It's a bit of a shame the asp is in shadow. Let's try another angle. Is there a way to zoom out further than that? I don't know. It doesn't seem very far. Not exactly awesome, but we'll settle for that. Yep, well worth coming in here. It's pretty rare sight to see 4 stars that close together, especially 4 of similar size. Maybe worth just a quick jump down here to this one as well then. It's a great thing about the exploring in Elite. It's just like opening a lucky bag, really. Just never quite sure what you're gonna get. Nothing too remarkable. Right, what is this? I'm gonna jump over here as well. I had a feeling that this might be pretty close by. And my feeling was right. I don't know how I managed to get to this side now. I can't quite figure out these screenshots with my HOTAS. The mouse was easy, you just scrolled out, yeah. But this kind of works differently. Missing a binding or something? I'm not quite sure. Nothing overly remarkable there. There is of course a third star in this system. "22 new objects." That's interesting. I almost forgot to scan it. Right. Now what are you? And you're looking suspicious. You might be something as well. And you might be too. Right, so I'm going to check out some of these objects here. They're rather interesting looking, some of them. A pretty large gas giant if I can scan it at this distance. Oh, a gas giant with water-based life. That was unexpected. A water world. It's a pretty interesting looking one, this one. Big poles on it. I do tend to find an awful lot of water worlds, really. There's not quite enough of the Earth-like ones that I'm really looking for. Yep, so we've actually got life on this gas giant. We've got life on this little world here. I thought there may have been a chance of something on these as well. A terraforming candidate. We've got a couple more gas giants we can maybe check out as well for life. And I may still head over here and see what this is all about. Looks a bit dry. Very nearby the star though. It's not a big star obviously. Try not to crash into my newfound water world. Yeah, we've got more water-based life in this second gas giant. Right, so there's nothing really down here at all. But I can't complain with this because in a system I almost forgot to scan, I did find water-based life here, water-based gas giant life, and more gas giant water-based life. So not too bad. Oh, very large. I'm gonna have to jump over to this one. I'm not really getting very far, am I? I keep finding new things nearby. But you can't pass it. You can't pass up a supergiant like this. Whoa. Yeah, you can tell it's a big one. Now you look interesting. That's just about the right distance as well for a Class K. About half out. Depending how far away it is though. It's not that far. Right, wasn't much here. Just keep on heading out in this direction. Yeah, we're much sparser down here. We'll head out to this Class G. About 5 or 6 jumps away. This has been one long hyperspace. Now, what do we think of this? Class K, so this is just about in the habitable zone. Certainly looks like water, right? All this stuff's too cold. And we'll head out to this one. Now, this really should be too cold for anything. But it's got a kind of watery look about it. It's a water world. interesting colour around it. Like a thin atmosphere or something? Let's have a look at the map. Yeah, it's got an ammonia-rich atmosphere. You can sort of see it, yeah, around it. Carbon water-based life. It's a little bit cold, but not too bad. Yeah, you can definitely see kind of brown colour around it. Quite thick as well, by the looks of things. So that's an hour into this leg of my journey. I haven't really moved very far, that's for sure. But that's what happens when you keep getting yourself sidetracked. Right, let's pick a far distant point so we can get moving on a bit faster. Something like these G's though. You can almost guarantee that this will have been scanned, yeah? But I guess it's probably worth just going a quick jump into it. Oh, I don't actually have much in the way of fuel, do I? Be careful about that. That could have been a disaster. That's what happens when you log out without really having paid attention to what sort of level your fuel's at. Yeah, I mean, if you run out of fuel, that'd be a sickener.
Fuel scooping.
Right. Now, it looks quite small, I think, this one. 46 new objects. Yeah, it's like I thought. It is a little bit smaller than Sol. It's pretty massive, yeah. Not quite as massive as that one. I don't see anything remarkable here. Nothing really stands out. So I'm not going to bother. I'm going to have to pay this one a visit, yeah? It's another quintuple system. An A9 and a G9. I do get a little bit nervous jumping into these quintuples because I've had so many close calls. But you can't not go to them when you see them, you know, on your route. Right, interestingly enough though, I can see there that that could cause me problems, yeah? Looking at the way in there. Because clearly there is something right on that route. I should just about miss it, yeah. Yeah, I should be fine, I think, coming in at that angle. Now let's just check this on the map again, yeah. Yeah, as you can see, I should pass something on my left hand side. It's hard to tell exactly how far away it is as well, yeah. Right. Right. 0.24 AU's in, that's going to be too dry, although it looks quite interesting in a way. It's just should be too dry, even though it's quite a small class G. And at 4,500 days out, I mean it's not that far away, but I'm probably not going to bother. Yeah, 35,000 for something which is very dubiously likely to be interesting. Don't think so. Oh, you look quite interesting. It's quite an interesting colour, this one. Maybe not quite a G. Or a very orangey coloured G. It's a class K, except it's, as you can see, it's got the characteristics of a G. I mean, we've already seen smaller and less massive class Gs, yeah, than this. It's just an artifact of the game engine, the Stellar, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's spinning pretty fast. Generally means it's a bit smaller than most blues, and it will be massive as well. I was right. And a T-Tory that's on its way to be in a G. A blue supergiant. I don't think so. Right, so I guess this supergiant thing is what's causing these... Well, this is what's wrong with these fast spinning blues, because I've seen blue supergiants before, yeah? This is clearly not a supergiant. It's only barely bigger than Sol, yeah? It's a bit of an immersion killer. I mean, normally immersion's not something that bothers me too much, but when you're out exploring like this, then you know what, it's a bit of an immersion killer in all honesty. You want to be, you know, seeing what it says. So yeah, these fast spinning blue stars, it's just an issue with the game engine. I need to refuel before I go anywhere.
Fuel scooping.
Could be interesting over here. 90 light years away. An F, a K, an M and a K. So because you can see it's an F, a K and an M, yeah? But you can't have an M and a K together. So this must be something different about this system. It's not. This can't be like a typical double-double, because you would expect the K to come before the M if that was the case, yeah? Because it goes on the most massive star to the least massive. So does that mean that we've got a triple system with the K8 orbiting on its own? Let's have a look and see. Oh, a little dark one again. This one's even smaller than the last one I found. Pretty similar size, yeah? You can actually tell because the last one I was 0.61 light seconds away, and this one's 0.59. A very red one. There's a nice colour in these, yeah. Right. This looks like our system. Oh, look at what I spy. Now, I did say it must be 3 together and 1 a bit further out. So let's see if my theory is correct. Oh, that looks like a Class M in the background, the little one. Wrong map. Right, so I was in fact completely correct, right? Because there's your Class F, you've got the Class K and the Class M, and as you can see, this Class K, which is larger than the M, sorry, is actually orbiting on its own. So that's something you can look out for on the galaxy map. As you can see, it's an F, a K, an M and a K. Had it been a double-double, the K would have been before the M. Oh, there's a Class O pretty nearby. Right, I'm going to jump over to this because you don't get very many Class O's, especially not by accident. Well, that's pretty interesting as well. So let's jump into this one and then jump to the O, because we've got 3 very hot blues here. Class B, sorry. And right next to it we've got this O. This must have come from the same sort of place at one point. They're too close together to be an accident. Right, so this was an interesting little system, but we'll leave it be. Now this one's even darker. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be even smaller. Yep, 0.42. We're getting some really small ones now. Look at the size of that, it's tiny. 0.0078 solar masses. That is absolutely tiny. And it's been discovered. Now, according to the Universal Cartographics record book, this equals the lightest brown dwarf, Class Y dwarf, at 0.078. The fact that they're both the same suggests to me that that must be the lower limit, yeah? Especially as the smallest is 0.0227, which is actually double, oh sorry, half the size of this one. So yeah, that's interesting in its own way. Right, now I'm really glad I had a look at this because I don't know about you, but that looks a bit risky to jump into, yeah? Coming from this direction. So let's actually head somewhere else. First of all, well, I was going to head to this O, Class O, yeah? Where is it now? This looks like it. Yeah. Right, so I'll head over here first. And then head over here in a different direction. From a different direction. I don't really want to risk jumping into a couple of Class Bs there and finding myself trapped between them.
Charging.
I haven't used any heat sinks yet, but I'm certainly not going to go looking for chances. Whoa, and what happens? I almost burn up on a little red one. That's just unbelievable, really. I mean, what is the chances of that happening? Really? I try to avoid this thing, and the very next thing I jump to is like this. That's just unbelievable. I don't know how I do it. How close are they? This one's pretty close by as well. 0.3 days orbital period. I better watch in case it bumps into me while I'm sitting here. And there's the third one. Yep, not too bad. Under typically bizarre circumstances. Right, is this a class O? I've got to say, I'm running into quite a lot of interesting systems right now. Whoa. It's a big one. A bunch of T-Tauris. It's interesting. Oh, you don't look like a pleasant place to be. Very massive. Very large. Yeah, that one's gonna go kaboom. Right, now back to over here. Hopefully at a better angle. Yeah, that looks better. And we can jump onto this one right afterwards. Yeah, some nice stars around here. Can make it in one jump.
2, 1, engage.
Must admit, I feel a little bit nervous jumping into this one all the same. Right, this looks like a rather large. Now I guess its companion not that close by. Close enough. There's an awful lot of money in systems like these, yeah. I mean, just a normal scan. I'm not going to bother going to any of the planets, but just the normal advanced scan, picking up all these stars and scan this from 17,000 light years away. And the other one. So yeah, that's something that's worth doing as well, even if you're not going to be travelling out. I mean, these are worth a good few thousand credits each. Yeah, look at that. Pretty bright looking there. Can't really work out anything on it. I'll jump over to this one like I said I would. Only 13 light years away. I mean, the chances of all these stars being together, it's got to be some kind of stellar nursery at one point, and they've just been thrown out by gravity. Is likely to be the case anyway. This just looks like a double. A very far away class A. This is one's worth jumping into as well. Yeah, but maybe not like that, yeah. Three right in a row. Quite jump into this one first. Right, now as you can see, this looks like a safer entrance to this system, yeah? Yeah. And so in the middle. Yeah. I think you can safely say that I got lucky the time that I decided not to jump in this way. Yeah. Because there's maybe a little gap between them. "45 new objects. 1.2 days. This one's much further out. This is pretty bizarre looking. Very small Y again. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff here, but I'm not going to bother too much with it. They say me taking a picture here. Yeah, it's nice enough, but I've been taking plenty of pictures of nicer stuff, yeah, so... Getting rather blasé about these things now. Have I been here before? I must have been. I'm doubling back on myself. That's not good when you start doing that. Yeah. Let's continue onward. This looks like our next target.
Fuel scooping.
37 new objects around a rather mediocre looking red star. So let's have a look. Well, that's something you don't really expect to see. A tiny little Class M. That's a funny looking colour, that one. Looks like a ball of wood. It's hard to believe that these have been scanned, yeah? I mean, how far out am I now? Once I get to my destination, I'll check how far I've come, yeah? Right. 61 objects in this destination system. Now I haven't had a planet for a while that's been worth visiting. Is there going to be any changes here? There's a slight chance of something over here, yeah. But I would guess it terraformable. I'm just at the right sort of distance for this Class M. But I don't think so. That's another hour gone anyway, so let's actually have a look at how far I've come overall. I take local as my starting point. Probably about 1500, yeah. 1400, so not great. This one's going a little bit slower because I've been going backwards and forwards and doing a lot more actual exploration in the nearby systems rather than going in a straight line. Think about where we're going next.